Hey guys, how's everybody going? What's going on? I don't know if I'm live yet. Can you guys hear me? How's everybody? What's going on a Wednesday night? I wasn't tired yet, and I'm like, well, I'm actually home. So I might as well just, see. I was going to jump in another person's live. I had no idea. And I'm like, there's nobody really on. So let me jump on and see what's going on. So I haven't heard entire news with Florida, what's going on, but I heard there was some nasty storms. Chef Sketty, who is friends with the Stock Explorer, well, her house got hit by a hurricane. A tornado. So she actually has it recorded. So if you go to Chef Sketty, um, it's there's some kind of video there. How you doing, Frosty and Lone Wolf? There's Kalen Stray and Where to Begin Homestead and Greg Bryce. And guys, thank you for coming on in. I have no notes, no nothing. I usually have everything prepared, but well, that's Sunday Fun Day. I'm not used to just jumping on a live and checking everybody out. So, that's awesome. First and Lone Wolf, you're good, doing good. How's those bananas growing? Oh, Texas got hit tonight too. Oh no. I know I tried texting or messaging the Stock Explorer, and she didn't get back to me. So I don't know if they have no electricity, but it's kind of weird that she didn't message me back. Kind of crazy. So, wow, look at that. 5 people in the chat. Whoop, whoop. Thank you guys for coming. So I got some onions in the mail today. So I get my onions from Dixondale Farms. And so it's the best place to get onion starts. And let me show you what I got. So these are your exhibition onion. These are Alyssa Craig. And they come like that. And once you get them, you're supposed to separate them. I just have no place to separate them. But you don't want to get these mildewed or anything like that. So somewhere the next day, I got to separate these. And they're falling apart a little bit all over the place here. But yeah, these are going to be awesome. So there's about 50 to 75 onions in this batch. And each batch, let me see, I think there were $8. So for 50 to 75 onions, $8. Hey, why not? It's not that bad. So I got some more. And this is a long day sampler. So there's a whole bunch there's red onions here, Walla Walla, and another kind. So that's another 75 onions. And I still have some outside in my garage ready to get planted. So I'm going to be doing a lot of onions this weekend. And I have these are yellow Spanish. And I think they got more than 75 here. Look at that. 1 second. So this definitely has a little more. So that's pretty cool. So this is your yellow Spanish. So I think all total, I got, I don't know, 900 onions to plant. So we're going to see how that goes. That's going to be pretty nuts. And we got some red Zeppelin. And these are a little smaller. But look how they're nice and healthy. So they just got these picked. So that's pretty cool. My other ones go a little over the place. But they've been in the garage for over 3 weeks at least. So, well, I just got my whole thing really, really dirty. If anybody wants to come on, let me know. I'll send you guys a link. So what's everybody have planting outside? You guys, you didn't start your summer stuff out, did you? I know, well, down south, you guys probably really can. I know we're 6A to 7A, and our general rule for summer vegetables is don't plant until Mother's Day. your spring, of course, you could plant in spring here in Jersey. So I have my broccoli, my cauliflower, um, Brussels sprouts. I have all that grown right now. Hey, Kimmy! So it's always good to see Kimmy. So if anybody wants to pop on up, you guys more than free. They come on up. I'm not staying. I might stay an hour. And there's CR. Welcome in, CR. That's creative redundancy. There's SoundQuest. Thursday night fun day. I can't believe it. No way I want a Thursday though. That's only on Sunday. Yeah, I really didn't expect to go live, but I don't want to go to sleep yet. I'm usually, even though I wake up around 6 in the morning, lately for the last couple of months, hey, there's Howie. It's always good to see Howie. So, yeah, I didn't expect to come on tonight. I've never actually, I did this once in all my years of just to jump on. I'm usually have everything scheduled because every single minute of my day is usually occupied. Man, look at the mess in my background too. Oh my God. So it's all good to see everybody. So when you start your onions, there's CNC Farm. Welcome in. Nancy McDonald. Wow, a whole bunch of people are popping in. Yeah, Howie. I love Howie. I mean, Howie's Howie. We all learn from Howie. When you go to permaculture, life's a little easier than you think it is, and we make everything a lot tougher. Everybody's trying to do 10 things too much when nature is right in front of your face. And that's what we got to use, like ground covers and all those leaves and everything like that. And, use what the land has. So those that just come on in. So since I pretty much, all my tomatoes are outside. Everything here is all hot peppers inside right now. And I planted some of my spring vegetables. But I had no time to do onions. So I ordered from Dixondale Farm. So there's people that just came on in. So I got my Alyssa Craig. These are from Dixondale. There's 50 to 75. I have a long day sampler. That's another 75. Then I have my yellow Spanish. That's another 75. And I have a whole bunch in my garage that really has to be planted. Welcome in, Jane Doe. How you doing? And yes, I do have that. How you doing, Cindy? CR, I have all her herbs grown too, and that's all my greenhouse. I'm going to start doing tons and tons of basil too, and tons and tons of oregano. And I got to get this started because around my zucchini plants, I want to plant a lot of oregano and basil and things like that, and potted mint, like peppermint. Peppermint, the vine borer hates peppermint. So, just cover up what you can. Just make sure when we do the mints, to make sure it's in a pot and not into the ground, because man, that's gonna spread. I'm gonna put down if anybody wants to come up, that's up to you. I just put a link there. Wow, I never really did the links. I just usually share them out, wait a couple days beforehand for my guest. So for my fun day Sundays, I have some great guests coming up. I really do. One's a former actress. Actually, two is a former actress. One some might not like, but just don't come. Others will be like, oh my God, they're on Joe's show. So, and one is definitely somebody it's gonna be very surprising for some of you. Hey, Courtney, how you doing? There's SoundQuest. There we go. I didn't know I was going live either. I just said, what the heck? Let me just I'm not ready to go to bed yet. Maybe another hour, I'm ready to go to bed. I don't know. If I went to bed now, I'd probably be up like 4 in the morning or tossing and turning all morning. It would ruin my day. So, yeah, I generally sleep 4 hours a night. And you could tell, look, I'm a disaster. I'm a complete disaster. Let me see. So with onions, hey Thris, how you doing? And thank you for sending people over last week. I didn't see it until I read a note, and I appreciate that, Thris. I really do. Thank you so much. I have to wake up early. Oh. My wife's a teacher, and I work on one side of the state, and she works on the other side of the state. She's a math teacher, and so she wakes up first thing, and I don't want to get in her way. So I make sure she gets a shower first. Once she gets up, whoop, right in the shower, and I'm off to work. So if it wasn't for once summer comes, then I'll be up earlier actually, because then I could water my garden and do things like that and get everything set. Like right now, if I water the garden in the morning, she goes in the shower, she'd be like, "Oh, it's freaking cold," So I can't. I try not to do anything for the morning watering until she's done with school. Let's see. Lala Newton, welcome in. I love that Kimmy's here. Kimmy. Kimmy's from California, and she always shows me her pictures of garden all year around, and so she's always been a big supporter. So I appreciate you, Kimmy. All you guys are good supporters. Who comes on alive last second on a Wednesday night and he pops on in? So thank you guys. What else? So what I'm wondering, when you guys are on the chat, what varieties of tomatoes are you growing? What varieties of tomatoes are you growing? Are you growing, your traditional big beefs, beefsteak, those type of tomatoes? Or are you growing a variety of tomatoes? Are you just growing anything I send you? So I'm blessed. Oh, that's awesome. And prayers out to everybody with all the tornadoes all over the place. I haven't had a chance to read the news yet, but prayers out to everybody in those disaster areas. I heard it was really bad. I didn't even know what they're called. So I was in Wide Family's farm earlier, and she was talking about tomatoes, and like, where do you get your tomatoes at? And I like you going to Renaissance Farms and Bunny Hop Seeds and Ukraine Company. I think Ukrainian company is great because in Ukraine, they don't have a lot of disease pressure on our plants. And when you have less disease, you get a better seed. And so when you have those seeds at Ukrainian company, Mikovica or something like that, their germination rates are great. They're tremendous. In the last several years, every time I use those seeds, they're great, and they're cheaper too. Cheap. You like cheap. Cheap is good. So if you have a cheaper price and less disease resistance, that works out well. And Bunny Hop Seeds, the lady that is there, she's a very nice lady, and every little thing she chooses the best seeds, and she picks out the best tomatoes and best peppers and everything she has to sell out. She doesn't just grab the smallest. Oh, let me put this in the bag like a lot of other seed companies do. She chooses the best, and so you gotta like that. Is anybody else here growing onions? Just wondering. So the big thing with onions is you got to start off with NPK rate like 12, 22. 1 second. I know this is grassy. Like I have a 12-22-8, but this is for fertilizer for grass. When you grow onions, it's a lot of stuff to do with fertilizer, what I've been learning. Because every time I have grown your traditional onions, I always had small bulbs. They didn't really work out well. And so you got to have that, the phosphorus. You got to make sure there's tons of phosphorus in where you plant. Not directly where you plant, but around it. And then you're going to grow like a 2100 throughout the year. So you get those huge tops. And so the bulbs kind of form. So that's what that's what they say at Dixondale Farms. Look at this picture. Isn't this cute? I want to see him eat the whole onion. Now, how many people have you ever seen? Well, I loved onions all the time, right? So I'm like, oh, I love onions so much. I'm going to eat it like an apple. And oh man, I remember that first time I bit it. I'm like, oh, this is freaking disgusting. Has everybody else did that before? I know I haven't. It was terrible. You're kind of like, oh, trying to how to change the way I grew my onions. Let me see who else. Man, do you know what? Reading chats is very hard when you need glasses. I'm just learning for the first time to grow things this year. I gotta put my glasses on. Glasses time. Thrift says, I just learned. Where did you go? I'm just learning for the first time to grow things this year. Only good is strawberries until I move and have space, but I'm doing flowers. I think that's awesome. Just grow anything. I always say grow a tomato plant, especially if you like tomatoes. Get your start with tomatoes. Tomatoes, especially cherries, is the easiest thing to grow because you're definitely gonna have some tomatoes. Let me see. And zucchini. Always grow zucchini, even if it's just one plant. Let me see. We're putting onion scrap in a pot mixed in with the soil hub onions. I don't think it's gonna hurt. I don't think it's gonna hurt at all. It just goes back and it looks good, makes the soil better, but I really don't think it does any harm or any good. Kalen. Let me see. Thrift says, I love bell peppers and onions. Oh my God. I could eat that actually almost 2 in the summer. Between tomatoes, bell peppers, and onions, that's what I use in almost everything. And chives. I could eat an omelet every day. So my omelets are like broccoli with onions and peppers and just mixed with chives. Mix it all together. It's so good. Welcome in, Corner, a Clubhouse Cobalt. Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. I love to grow Vidalia onions. That's awesome. So, Lala, do you have good success growing onions? Because a lot of people don't have success. And do you have raised bed? Because raised bed are so much easier than just growing them in the ground. Chris says, my Nona would eat onion and potato raw. Oh, God bless her. I can never do it. I can't do it. I could do corn, but I can't do potatoes and onions. God bless her. I had to get to bed. I have to take Fred to school in the morning. Have a good night. Good night, Courtney. Let's see where I'm at here. Just green onions bulbs don't do great at this time of year. Winter crop here. It's amazing what you grow, what time, where you're at. Like in North, it's a long day onion. Down south, it's a short day onion. So that's very important to know. There you go. Learning by doing and seeing it happen. That's right, Seer. Just throw it in there. Just throw anything. Try it out. After I've been gardening over 30 years, and you always learn things. Farmers, big time, and the biggest people on the market, everybody always learns. New bugs, new things happen. Nothing's ever same in the garden every year. You could do the same thing every single year and something's always different. Yes, I have. I love garlic chives. They, um, sometimes it's easier to get starts if you ever grow them instead of just or just throw them out there and just see what happens. What does that say? At night or gar. At not art gar. I don't know. Oh my god, the zucchini. Oh, zucchini art in my friend's house is bigger than my calf around, well over a foot long. Huge. And Lila says, I guess I grow in containers. Containers so much easier. Growing in the ground takes a little bit. Um, it's just a little harder because you get more stuff in the ground than just a container that's contained. And there's Belt Loop. Welcome in, Belt Loop. Wow, 20 people are actually here. And there's Lark's Homesteadish. I use Dixon Dale the last few years. I won't do anything else as long as those are available. Always good results, always big bulbs. There we go. And it comes so quality. I mean, look at this. Look how thick. I mean, that's a good start with the onion. And onions are generally very easy to start on your own under the grow lights. It is very simple. They grow really well. And they're easy to do. So, but so is this order, and they're not expensive. They're not expensive at all. There's one thing it is I don't know, a cost of a Big Mac. Man, you see fast food. You know, I Uber, so I'm on after I do my regular job for 8, 9, 10 hours. I go to Uber, and you get hungry. So you go to a lot of times you go to fast food and look at the size of me. I'm huge. And these prices at fast food places, oh my God. And then now I can have my lettuce though. I can make my little salads, taking them to work and take them Uber and just put it right here. And there you go. It all works out perfect. I got a fridge at work, so it's easy. Mama G Gear. Hugs. Yeah, we are all beautiful humans. Look at me. I'm beautiful. And CR's trying container garden more. It's just so much easier. So I have my 4 sections in my back of my yard, and I have my containers in the front. So it's just simple, like spinach, your basil, certain things I'm going to have here. But the amount of basil I will be growing in my backyard is tremendous. It keeps away certain bugs, and you go back and you just have a big woof of basil. Now I could add the oregano. Now I need I had that New York water. I could make some good pizza soon. Let me see. I'm talking about pizza. Well, we got salsa. I have my salsa. I have a salsa garden, as peeps would call it. Peppers, tomatoes, onions, garlic, cilantro in the winter. That's a California gardener there. There's Purple Tea Bear. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. TN Bushwhacker says, howdy, Gary. That's Belt Loop. Everybody's saying hi to Belt Loop. Oh, thanks, Mama G. Gary. I was ready to go to bed too, but I just needed some more time. I'm like, I can't go to bed yet. I'm like, all my stuff is done. All my seeds are like mailed out, or actually half of it's in my car. So I'm like, I think I'm like ahead of the game or something. And I really didn't want to Uber tonight. I Ubered for like 2 hours. Oh, Kimmy, thank you so much. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kimmy. Every little thing helps really on this channel. A lot of people say, wow, Joe has 10,000 subs. He's really raking in the money. You still, besides memberships and super chats and stuff, everything else, I think I might make $30 now. Usually it was 20, but now I'm up to 30, I think. So it's not like you're making a lot of money doing YouTube. Tonight, actually, the one person I picked up, she was a podiatrist, and here, let me take this off for a second. And she took the vaccine for COVID, and she is totally disabled, can't sit up because of the vaccine. Once the vaccine hit, oh, thank you, Thris, for becoming a member. That's awesome. Thank you so much. When she she took the vaccine, and she hasn't been able to move since. She had to resign. So here is one of the wealthiest. She's really super rich, and now she's disabled and can't move because of the vaccine. And she told me because she's in all these groups and knows a lot of people, and she's definitely over 2 million people that got affected. And, she's going to do an interview with me sometime during a week. I just got to see if I'm allowed to do it, because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But it's a very telling story that she has, and especially the people she knows, other doctors and stuff that can't work anymore because of the vaccine. So let me know in the chat if you guys think that would be something you would want to hear, a little story, a little interview with stuff like that. Let me see. Lala's including potatoes and sweet potatoes. I got all my potatoes. Well, I got 5 bags so far. And let me see if I can show you a picture. Whoop. So I got this done. That's done so far. So they're 20-gallon grow bags. So those are all potatoes. And I have like another seven left, I think I'm going to be doing, potatoes. So I'm getting ready for those in the grow bags. And I like using green sand. If you use green sand with your potatoes, you should increase your the amount of potatoes you're growing by 20%. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So I get these. So this is green sand, and let me show you what it looks like. It smells. It definitely smells like it. It smells like the Jersey Shore, actually. I just hope I don't dump any on my computer. So if you guys can see that, it's a greenish color, and you mix that with sand. And supposedly when you mix both of the regular sand and that together with potatoes, you will increase your potatoes by 20%. And that study was actually done by Rutgers University. So just a little tidbit, and see, I'm hoping it works, but according to studies, it does. It's good to see Jane Doe here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Yeah, 2%. What am I doing? There's no wheel. There's no wheel today. Everybody's going to leave now. 18 people in the chat. Woohoo. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like I need the button. Where's the button to shuffle? Kaylin says, I'm going to plant those again this year along with regular chives, doing a lot of herbs and some greens. Greens are great. Grow a lot of greens. Greens come up so fast. And I tell you what, grown in a container bag, those things are freaking awesome. I'm telling you, so easy. I just set up a table. When you use those plastic, those bags though, if you leave it on the ground, it's not as good. Just to let you guys know, because the ground kind of eats away at the plastic a little bit. Those bags I have in those tables, this stays all year around. Never a problem. And I showed you guys that last year, and I had another video on it the year before. But my spinach, I never did spinach. This is the first year I did spinach. I always grew lettuce. And, man, both of them are growing great. Just got to use when you use your potting soil with the rest of the other mixes, just make sure you use the right amount. I used the cow fertilizer bag, and I put some potting soil in there, but I didn't add a lot. But check out that video, and if you have any questions, everybody's just email me. Yeah, 2%. I didn't know there was a live either. I was going to actually about an hour ago, I was thinking about coming on. And then I started working on things, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I should just really. I was working on my who's going to come in next Sunday. So I was working on that. And hopefully that comes in. I will have Jess from Roots and Refuge on in the next couple of weeks. But right now, I know she's extremely, extremely busy. I mean, if you've seen this lady, what she's doing, it is absolutely crazy. But I'm really looking forward to having Jess from Roots and Refuge on. That's going to be an awesome time. I might take up 2 hours of her time. Then again, she might look at me and like, oh my God, I'll be there for 5 minutes. I'm out of here. No, I think everything Jess will be great. And hope you guys come to that interview. Let's see what else everybody has to say. Here's my link again if anybody wants to pop up. Where to begin, Homestead? Hooga! Higgy Homestead. I love it when you seen Hooga CB come on in other people's lives about a year ago, something like that, and everybody be like, maybe like Higgy Homestead. No, it's Hooga. So that just reminded me going Hooga, 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 like a chant from Animal House. It's good to see you. Valerie Torelli's here. How you doing, Valerie? Good to see you. Everybody's saying hi. Some of us can only do container garden, and there's nothing wrong with it. Container gardening is great. Hydroponics, if you guys have a chance, watch my last interview. It's a lot cheaper than you think. I'm not talking about aquaponics where you have the goldfish and all that crap. Literally, check out my last interview. It could be done so much cheaper than you guys think and so much easier. It's something I really want to do too, but I got to make sure I got a wedding. I got to set up in my backyard, well, a reception. So we're going to have over 100 people in my backyard or more. And so there's got to be a lot of cleanup. I got to make sure everything's nice and neat. And my garden is nice and neat because people are going to be strolling back there eating those cherry tomatoes in August. So, and for those that didn't know it, my ex-wife passed away. So if you're a Catholic and you're married, you can't get remarried in a church until somebody passes away or you get an annulment. So my ex-wife passed away of COVID. So we're going to get married in church because it's very important to my wife that I have now to get married in a church. And I agree. So we're getting not remarried, but we're doing our vows over again in the church. And yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to televise that too. There is. And thank you again, Kimmy, for the super chat. That's so awesome. I'm not far down below. Whoa. Kaylin's a new member. And yeah, I know, Kaylin, we're doing Ramadan. The revenue really dropped. I'm sorry about that. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. 25 people on the chat. Whoop, whoop. Let me see. % says yes. Got to start gardening. That'd be great. That would be a great interview. And have some other things up my sleeve. It's just right now when you have the spring, and I'm talking about like for guests, it's so hard because all like the big people out there, they're really working their butts off right now. And on a Sunday night, though, it's the only time they can relax. For them to go on my show, that's pretty special. So, gotta love that. So Thrift says this week I learned there's red sunflowers and green sand. You're gonna learn a lot. And Thrift, I'm telling you, listen to Food Forest Permaculture. That's Howie. You'll learn a lot. I absolutely love listening to Howie. When he goes on in the morning, I'm working and I usually have my computer on something and my phone on something. And I love listening to Howie. Sometimes I might just say I'm here and I'm working, but I like to listen. Listening is important because people today, nobody has those ears to listen. Everybody has one opinion and that's it. And nobody says, or you know what, it really here, you know what, let me get in a little discussion. What pisses me off a lot, and this comes because I coached for a long, long, long time. Whoop, class is off. And when you're coaching, no matter how good you are or bad you are, you're a team. You know, together everyone achieves more, right? So your guy that doesn't play, you want to get him as good as you possible because he has to train on the second and third teams against the number one, right? And sooner or later, you never know if that kid's going to really develop. And what I'm trying to say, and then you get guys on your team that has attitudes that you really, really hate, right? And you see, like, for example, people on the internet, you might not like so much, right? But to me, there's one focus, and the one focus is gardening. When I'm coaching football, the one focus is coaching football. And so I see all these attitudes, all these other things get in the way. And to me, it's about everybody coming together, working to what? One goal. And that one goal is gardening and learning and teaching and getting kids involved. That's my main purpose. So I'm not about groups. I'm not about chitter chatter. I'm not about bull crap. I'm about gardening and helping kids and helping people. So just little things. And there's Margie's Crafty Corner. Welcome in. That's awesome. Welcome. Thank you for coming. And Shawnee Shave. Oh, hey. Well, maybe I have to get back to glasses. I really can't see anymore. It's lovely to find a live stream. Well, welcome in. Oh, polka. Everybody's time for the polka. You see me, you just think of polka. Hey, MB Heritage Farms, welcome in. It's good to see you. That is awesome. Let me post this. And I can't wait. I'm gonna have your tomatoes grown in a greenhouse too. So last year, for those that don't know it, I tore my Achilles tendon. So the last 2 years prior to that, man, my eyes look really big in these glasses. My son had cancer. And with my son going to cancer, I had this great garden going, and my son came down. And of course, where are you going to be? You're going to be in your garden, or you're going to be at the hospital. So I was at the hospital. Joey was in the hospital for 44 days for surgery. And thank God for insurance, because that hospital bill came out to $34 million. That's what happens when you have scans every single day and your man. I got all this dirt on my computer. I got to somehow clean it off. $34 million. You believe that? Thank God insurance took care of us there. So my garden's been a mess for the last 3 years between my son going through what he had and last year tearing my Achilles tendon and having not just a little tear, it was a total tear, a full tear. Doctor said it looked like a bomb exploded in there. So yeah, all my plants were outside last year ready to get planted, and what happened? The couldn't make out there until the spring. But everything's starting to get cleaned up now, so that's good. So welcome in MB Heritage Farms. There's Angela Wright. Hi, Joe, and everyone in the chat. I'm doing fine. Tonight, drinking water, still working on my granny squares. There you go. Isn't that so relaxing when you could do that? So welcome in, Angela. And, you know, it's so important to work with your hands, not drinking or eating, but actually doing something and trying to make you relax and doing something you like. You must have taken a 5-hour energy, Joe. You're up and vibrant. Oh, no, I just see the best in people, 2%. And that's all I want to say, the best in people. When I see bull crap, it just goes right through my hair, right through it. And I just don't care for it. There's no reason for bull crap. So am I vibrant? Oh, yeah. And you know what? Another thing. When I was coaching, right, no matter how tired you were, and I worked those long ass hours, you had to show more energy than everybody else. You had to be more pumped up everybody else every single day. Because if you didn't, you weren't doing your job. So I have actually never took a 5-hour energy pill. Never did. I wonder what would happen if I did. And how he says, cheers, fellow earthlings. Save your seed. That's right. That's more important now than ever because you're growing in your own area too. Hey, Ultimate Gardening here. Now, Ultimate Gardening is one of the most, Thriss, thank you so much. Oh my God, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Thriss. Ultimate Gardening, he is one of your next MI gardeners. Just want to let you guys know. He is smart, intelligent. Every little thing about gardening, he's really, really into. So if he continues on his path, what he's doing, big things are ahead for him. And I appreciate what he's doing, help others grow too at his age. It's pretty cool. Now he just has to come with a business model and do things like that. And he's also selling seeds now. So for a kid to do that, that's impressive. You learn a lot, you grow. There we go. That's good advice. Lark's Homesteadish. You start with one thing, you learn a lot, learn to grow, watch, read. The next year, add 2 more things, learn, grow, then add more. That's great advice because that's what usually happens. You want to keep on growing, keep on learning, and learn. You're always going to learn. You're definitely always going to learn. And Thriss says, I'm having fun learning. I appreciate you all. You know, we have a great, great community here between crocheting and you know what's coming next, guys, is food. Cooking. That's going to be next coming on in our family because everything involves each other. The food, the family, it's a family atmosphere, and I love that. And this is one person I really love is Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. Amazing lady. And what stinks a lot of times is she's been going live when I'm actually getting in my car. So I've been having to Uber a lot lately. So by Ubering a lot lately, I leave work a little earlier. And by leaving work a little earlier, I miss Granny D. Because usually he was working to 8 o'clock at night. So 7 o'clock, 5, whatever time I get to work, I get there as early as I can. A lot of times I was working 12 hours and Granny D was always there. I would always listen to Granny D. Love her. Let's see what else came in. TN Bushcrafter. Mike Van Doozy started with jars and pool noodles. He made a lot of people go towards hydroponics years ago. Mike Van Duzey was a great guy. I'm so happy that he came on live last week, and he'll be on the very near future too. Lila says, "Well, sir, I'm going to turn in. Have a good night." Have a good night, Lila. Oh, thank you so much, Howie, for sharing. And that's another thing. If you guys have a chance, share people out, whatever, not just my channel. We're going to be leaving in half 45 minutes. Oh, no, I have no idea. If you're following people, go to your community tab and share it out. It helps the people you watch. So if you're helping the people you watch, share it out. It helps. It helps a lot more than you know. And when you guys share it out, we know it comes back to us as a mention. So we know exactly who gets shared out, who doesn't. I like sharing people out on Twitter. I like sharing people out on Instagram. I like sharing people out any kind of social media, Facebook. So it really helps out your channel grow. Wow, guys, thank you so much for everybody for coming. 30 people on the chat when I had no idea I was even going live. So thank you again, Hallie. Ben G, welcome in. Good to see you. He says, how are you doing this evening? I don't know. I don't want to go to bed, Ben. I want to keep on going. So Lark said, oh, okay. Where can we submit questions for you? Well, when we schedule the interview to make it concrete, hopefully it'll be this week. We don't know. It takes it's a lot of things are involved right now with bigger channels. But it's coming, and when it's coming, I ask for questions after the fact. So when after the interview is over, I don't look at the chat at all during the interviews. So if you ever ask and you get aggravated, I'm sorry. I tell everybody it's been like this for the last. I want all my concentration when I do an interview on that person, and that's very important. Then after the interview, you just put things in caps, and I'll ask whatever you guys ask. And I think that's the way I like to continue doing it. I already don't have enough time for notes all over the place. Every time I take notes at work, and I always forget to bring them home for my interview. And so I'm scrambling. I'm like, oh, what did I write down? And yeah, you wouldn't believe how many times. But yeah, when we do have the interview, you guys will know on my Friday, hopefully my Friday or Saturday registration video, and we go on from there. I could tell you 3 people coming on this week so far. Well, we're doubling up this week. So doing little things a little different. So right now we have Tuber Chat coming in with the Stock Explorer. So they're coming on for 10 minutes. So instead of doing each one for 5, because sometimes they last for 10 anyway, we're going to have 2 people on for 10 minutes, then another 2 people on for 10 minutes. So it's going to be the Stock Explorer and Tuber Chat. And Tuber Chat's 3rd year anniversary. So it's a good time to have them both on, and they work really well together. And I'm having Bailey, and I'm not sure about the other one yet until I get a confirmation. But it's going to be Bailey and somebody else for another 10 minutes. In my main interview, we'll find out. We'll find out who it's going to be. It could be a variety of things. It could be Roseanne Barr. You don't know who's it going to be. So just be a little patient with Thriss, it's Howie. Oh, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's like, what the heck is Joe doing live? Hope I'm not keeping you up. Welcome in, Lisa. Welcome in. So good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Ben, yes, I coached football, baseball, and wrestling for 16 years at the high school level. So, yes, I did coach. I love coaching. I stopped coaching because I was going through a divorce, and my father passed away all in the same year. So I decided if I can't give 110% to the kids, I'm not coaching, because that's what you're there for. You're there for the kids, right? So So I decided to resign, and even I resigned in the summer, and they were still bugging me to come back all the way to the season started. It just and I had other schools after me too, and I just decided it was not the right time for me to go back and coach. I think about coaching all the time. Caitlin goes, "What? No bull crap? What is that? Might be good for the garden. Compost your enemies. Compost your enemies." Sean is saying, "Purple Tea Bear, good evening." Let's see who else. Oh, yeah. 2% goes, "Oh, wow. So am I Ultimate Gardening, but it's only 8:28 here in Cali." It's doing well in Cali. It's early. It's early. And Lisa goes, "Howdy, Jeannie." Let me see. Where else? Yeah, 2%, $34 million. My son is not just a $7 million man. He's a $34 million man. He doesn't do anything halfway, just like his dad. Oh, thank you, Holly. Joey's doing really well. We so during just let you guys know that don't know about what happened to Joey. We got the mass out. Uh, his mass was on the arteries of his heart, and pretty much his last chemo, his blood pressure was 220 over something, and nobody wanted to operate on him. Pretty much said we can't help you anymore. Then we finally found a surgeon, and hi, Lisa.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Joe.
Hi, look, I'm on, and you're here. That's amazing.
I know, me kind of being awake all night and then you turning up. I'm like, hang on a second. It's not Sunday. He's just stated it's not Sunday. Something's really wrong. I've got to find out what. So yeah, came to be nosy. It's good to catch up. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. I can't believe you're here. You're on. I'm like, wow, this is like a great evening. This is great.
I'm seeing you drop the link for StreamYard a few times. I'm like, oh, bless him. I need to go bail him out or bug him or something.
No, you can bug me all you want. You bug me all the time anyway, so it's good. I'm used to
it. Yeah, it's very true. Very true.
That's what I love about you, because too many people today, they just want to hear what they want to hear instead of listening and having ears and learning. So if I'm wrong, I want to know I'm wrong. If I'm doing something weird, I want to tell Joe, you're weird. And I'm very weird.
See, now everybody in here, you just heard that. He says, I want to know I'm wrong. Believe me, he really doesn't. He hates telling me anything because I'll go, Joe, that's rubbish. Joe, that's awful. Joe, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, I hear a lot of that. And Lisa made me sing.
Don't put that one on me. Oh my gosh, don't put that one on me. Wow.
Yeah, that was
no, nothing to do with me.
So professional paranormal.
Where are you in the chat? I know you're quite far behind in the chat, but where are you?
At 11:30. So 14 minutes behind.
Wow. Catch up, man. Catch up.
Okay.
Hi, Goody.
Rock Homestead. Oh, I just got the Thriss's $20 super chat. Wow, I'm really behind. Now I know what you go through on every Friday.
It's good fun, huh?
Oh, there, look, you just typed, thank you so much, Thriss.
Woohoo! I'm in the chat. Yay!
Oh, yeah, I'm really behind. Let me catch up a little bit. I got Misfits because I'm in that garden challenge, and I just by touching these onions, my eyes want to cry now. This is not good.
Please don't go feeling up your onions. It's not healthy.
So if I'm crying,
thank you, Jane Doe. Thank you.
Hey, there's Bob942. Welcome in, Bob. Good to see you. Wow, I'm so far behind in this chat. Let me catch up just a little bit. But I need glasses on because I can't really see. There's Yarn again. Welcome in, Yarn again. And everybody, if you're here, all your prizes should be out in either today or it was done yesterday. So expect some mail. Who else?
I'm expecting mail. Give me mail. Where's my mail?
Yeah, actually, I got to send you something. Actually, I have it in.
Hey, I'm not talking about the stuff that comes with the postman. I'm talking about the other mail.
Oh, hold on. I want to show you something. So look at this. Do you see it?
It's a Mackie. He bought a Mackie. Oh. He's got such a little shiny nose.
Isn't he cute? Welcome in, Janet Homestead. Where are you? There's a whole bunch of people popping in. You get the Happy Gardener. Welcome in. Welcome in. Wow. A lot of people are leaving. A lot of people are coming on in. Wow. Well, let me go through this fast. So this weekend, I'm going to be planting onions all weekend. So I think I have a combined 800 onions. You see, there's Good Eats Homestead. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up something like that. There we go. So what's grown in your greenhouse? What do you got going, Lisa?
Well, I very nearly messaged you yesterday morning because I went to the greenhouse and I went, yay, Joe will be so proud because finally my Peter Pepper, woohoo, it's now germinated.
That is awesome.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to get any further than that, but I'm really, really trying this year. I've got 17 varieties of tomatoes, mainly thanks to Mr. Joe. And all apart from one of them have germinated. I'm still waiting for the other one. There's still time. And is it close to 40 different varieties of flowers as well, which will partially be going into a communal plot on the street and partially in my garden and partially be given around to neighbours and friends. So there's a fair bit of blooming.
That's a lot. That's amazing. You got to send me a picture of everything. I always like to.
Well, I'm going to do better than that and just send you a video, right?
Okay, that sounds a little better. So much easier.
That's it. For me, it's a lot easier. I'm all about the easy. I mean, that's why I'm the size I am, because I like being lazy. So yeah, I can do it. I can do a video.
I think you're looking better and better. You've been working on it, which is great.
I'm working on it. It's a long-term goal. It's not a quick fix. It's something that's going to take time, and it's very frustrating, but I'm persistent and stubborn, so it will happen.
Well, I have my lettuce and my spinach now. I could eat every day for the rest of the summer, so I'm good to go.
Love the spinach. Kaylin, night. Take care.
Good night, Kaylin. And let's see who just came on in. What did I just miss?
I love Thritty's question.
And I totally miss it. Welcome in, Barb's Country Home. So I'm not used to watching all these, like the chat going on. You're a professional. I'm terrible at the chat. I miss everything during my life.
It's hard to keep up, huh?
It's interesting. I don't know if it's interesting, but it goes by fast.
Night, Barb.
Good night, guys. Good night, whoever's going to bed. Good night, Barb. Okay, let me catch up a little bit. Oh, Howie goes, love it. I like being lazy. Lazy is good. Mrs. Cosmic Cultivators is here. welcome, Mike's chat. I can't see. I can't pronounce anything. Chaotic. How do you say that, Lisa? You're from the
Which
UK. You
one?
pronounce everything perfect. Mike's gardening here. There we go. Chaotic. I can't say it.
Chaotic gardening. Mike's chaotic gardening.
There you go. Welcome in, Mike.
See, there you go. It's a lot easier just to say Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. There's Zombie Prepper. Welcome in.
There you go.
Zombie.
Look, if you look just above, you've got Thriss asking a question. What is the hardest thing to plant and maintain in your experience?
Hardest thing. Brussels sprouts for me. Why Brussels sprouts? Because they get tons of bugs coming at them, and then it's a long season, so you got to pay attention to Brussels sprouts for the whole entire season. And I'll tell you what, when it comes November, that's when you can start harvesting them, and it's so good. It's better than anything at the store you ever have. But it just takes a whole, if you love something, it will come back and treat you well. So when you treat your plants, you got to make sure you treat them like you love them. Talk to them. Talk to your plants. Just
or
don't let me think to
worryingly
the plants.
sing to them.
Well, that will get away the fox I have in the backyard if I sing. The fox will definitely
I
run
look
away.
at Brussels sprouts like sweetie trees. I love Brussels sprouts. They very, very rarely get cooked because they're eaten before they make it to the pan. But they're little sweetie trees. But I've never grown them.
Oh, well. I like my cauliflower, just like you like your
Oh,
cauliflower.
cauliflower. It's brain food.
And there's Homestead Aquarius. Welcome in, Homestead Aquarius. Oh, I got a video I'm doing for Homestead Aquarius. I got to work on it though. It's gonna be quite the video. Just say that. It's a lot of work I have to put in it. But
oh dear, Aquarius, run now. Run while you still can.
See, that's the one thing about gardening is, you know what? Everybody's relaxed doing it. You relax and you distress, but you got to have fun. You got to have more fun besides distress. You should be smiling and have a good time out there. If you have a good time, kids will have a good time.
To have a giggle.
Got to have a giggle. And so with this gardening competition we're in, a lot of people here are in, you got to make people laugh and enjoy what they're out there. Don't stress yourself out about growing food. Grown food should become nice. Yeah, you have your problems because every year is different, but have some fun out there. Otherwise, you're not going to want to grow.
It's not just growing food or growing the flowers. The way I've always looked at it, that's a bonus. But if you see germination, if you sow a seed or a tuber, or a bulb, etc., and it germinates, you're bringing life to the earth. You are bringing life to the world. That's something to smile about.
So true. It's amazing when something comes out of the ground like that. And you're like, it's especially the first thing that comes out during a year after you started. And you're like, woohoo, look at that. That's so freaking awesome.
That was me when I saw Peter Pepper pop out. I'm like, oh my gosh, it worked. It's alive.
I didn't do any of those collabs this year. I just running out of time. I just totally forgot I had my Secret Santa for July. And I'm like, oh my God, I got my Secret Santa. I have it all right in front of my computer, but I haven't got to it. And I'm like, oh, I got to get that set up. I have all names. Now I just got to email everybody. So
Secret Santa. Many people have you had take part in the Secret Santa this year?
I think around 60.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty impressive number between they had their choice of gardening or crocheting crafts and split up between USA or international. So that kind of.
Wow, you pushed it even more then. You put even more stress on yourself.
Yeah, just a little more stress in no time. I can't believe I had it. Like, I'm sitting here for my Sunday fun day, getting ready. Then all of a sudden, I'm looking right in front of my left. It's like right there. I'm like, Secret Santa 23. I'm like, oh no, I totally forgot. I have so much stuff in my mind. A lot of people don't realize that my time is gone. I don't have enough time. I only usually have 4 hours of my day, 5 hours of my day in my free time, and that's called sleep. So it's like, instead I talk to Lisa and work or go to work.
Hey,
Actually, when I'm driving
don't
to
bring
work,
me into this. I'm nothing to do with anything.
No. Actually, I. The reason why I'm still doing YouTube and why I'm growing is because of you. You bring out the best in me, and I appreciate that.
Not many people are ever going to say that in my lifetime, ever.
Well, remember I said it.
But then we know my memory. I mean, let's face it, Joe. In about 2 hours, when the sun is fully up, for me, I'd be like, Joe said something. Now, what was it that Joe said? Oh, hang on. I've now got proof because I can go back in the live and replay it.
That's so funny. So last night, actually got done here at 12:30.
Night, Lux.
I go upstairs and I hear a howling sound. I'm like, oh my God, that's a fox. Like, never really heard a fox. And you hear this sound. I put it on the video. I'm like, it is a fox, but it was right next door to my house. It was so loud. I can't believe it videotaped that well. Well, the audio was very good. Let's see what's that.
There's somebody in the chat a little while ago that said, thanks to your video, they now know that they have foxes, but they didn't know what it was before that video.
Yep, that's Garden State. That's Garden State's New Jersey. So, yep, they are really multiplying in New Jersey. I seen foxes on a beach. They are all over the place. Never seen any in my whole entire life, but now they are just like deer. They're just exploding in the state. People used to hunt and do everything years ago. Nobody hunts anymore. So the amount of deer, the deers are going on a beach. You never seen deers on a beach. It's kind of crazy.
Let's face it, wildlife has got to go where wildlife has got to go because man is taking over their territory. They've got to find ways to stay alive.
Exactly, and it's really sad. There is really no they're trying to make everything cities. You know, need land, you need space, you need life. You need life under the ground, you need life above the ground, you need life all over the place. You can't.
Hey, 2%, don't encourage him.
Why does everybody always say that? Let me see.
Night, permaculture.
Night, Howie. Welcome in Storms, Radios, and Cats. It's amazing. You believe 28 people are still in this chat? It's all because of you, Lisa. I appreciate you coming on.
I'm kind of glad it's so small because you've become so popular now that a live of yours on a Sunday is too intimidating for me and affects my anxieties. So the fact that it's big but it's small at the same time, if that makes sense, it's kind of semi-comfy for me.
Well, this is good for me because I'm not used to going around looking at every single when I'm reading in the chat, because everything's designed where, I ask certain questions at a certain time or have mods to help me out at certain times. Now it's more personable, so it's pretty awesome. Mrs. Cosmic Cultivator said, Joe, you're an absolutely amazing human. Oh, thank you so much. I'm taking it all in, Lisa. You see that? Oh, I don't know how you do it all. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Night, Angela.
Good night. I really try to do so much, and it's funny
he's a
when
trier.
I try. You guys see me when I fold up my clothes. I try too. Everything's folded, everything's good, but I'm not perfect. That's for sure. Actually, I used to fold up. I used to wash my wife's clothes too, and she didn't like the way I didn't. I used to fold and put them all in line. The only thing she had to do was put them in her, where she wants them. And she yelled at me that I didn't put them in there for her, so I never did it again ever since. I'm like, okay, you don't want me to wash your clothes and fold them and put them there? All you do is put them, put them away.
Storms. Oh my word. Welcome in, Grace.
It's the first year I've been on Fox. 1 second, let me see what he said.
Thriss, bring in everything you possibly can. If it's in a pot, move it. Get it into a safe space. Keep it at a level above freezing, and don't put pots out until there's all chance of freezing gone. As in, normally over here it's the end of April. Yes, we're in the end of April now, but it's usually the end of April that you put your pots out again. But obviously I don't know for where you are, but if there's going to be another freeze in about a week or so, you keep the pot in until there is no chance of frost at all.
Yeah, you don't want to spend all that money and do all that work and see plants die when you could just bring it inside. And if you think it's going to get cold, put a cover on top, some kind of plastic or some kind of cover, so you don't get the frost on top of your plants. And you got to find out,
like a cotton wool thing. I've only seen this like once or twice. It looks like cotton wool that you kind of wrap your plants in this little blanket thing, and it just keeps the heat of your plants under it, but it's that one step better than the plastic cover. It's very funky. I don't know what it's called, but it's very funky.
Yeah, the covers, that really does help out. And thank you, CR. I appreciate that.
No, did you see how Creative wrote it? Joe is so awesome.
Look at that.
See, you missed it.
I did miss it. CR is a very smart fellow. Not like me. And Grace said, hello, coach, in chat. Welcome in, Grace. 1 second, what did Storm say? Maybe it's
welcome in, prep in.
Chat alive. Have mercy. Okay, being good now. Oh, I love Lisa.
Oh, Creative. You are such a grown-up. Oh.
I tell you, one day I will meet Lisa, and I always want to go to Wimbledon. I can't do it this year, but when I do go, hopefully the next year after, I will definitely. One of my first things I do when I go to UK is to meet Lisa. So
I'm washing my hair.
I want to surprise her actually, but she doesn't allow it. If I surprise her, she'll just like kick my butt. She won't allow me in. She'll like throw stuff at me.
I just don't open the door to anybody anyway. So I mean, the whole thing is well, good luck with that.
Who cares if you travel from the United States? I'm not
right. Like I think there's a few people in here that know Lucy's crochet spot. She's going to be in London on the 30th. Can't go anywhere near her. But then again, granted, she's trying to keep me at arm's length, but she's from America, and I'm like, oh, I ought to go see her, but it's kind of too late to organize anything, so it's out for the count.
So Thriss says it's going to be 30 degrees, so that's close to a freeze. It is a freeze. Definitely cover it. You have to cover it or bring it inside.
Protect. Creative. You would be even more so if my name were without a space. Yes.
Welcome in, Star. It's good to see you, buddy.
Welcome in, Star.
Star is amazing. He's a really good guy. I can't even imagine growing that heat in India. That's That's hot. I couldn't imagine you. You know what? See, now your winter. It's a little. I can't even talk. It was a little milder than years like last year, right? I remember you blankets the year before, like it was freezing all winter. This winter wasn't that bad where you lived. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
this last winter it wasn't so bad. The bad thing is for me, my health was worse, and I struggled to protect a lot of my plants. So I have lost a lot, and I'm extremely gutted about that. Extremely gutted. Um, so I'm really, really, really trying to make up for it this year. But it's so sad when you've put all that effort in and it just ends up that you end up killing it. And yeah, it's hard.
you see what CR wrote. Joe didn't seed that.
Oh yeah, he's written a couple of other bits since then. You'll get there.
It's creative. He's creative. I love the Cosmic Cultivators. You want to talk about last year? Their garden was amazing, Lisa. Very, they're just continuously growing, and doing new things, just tons of techniques that nobody else does. Absolutely love following the Cosmic Cultivators, and this is Mrs. Cosmic Cultivators. Hey, there's Idaho Garden Girl. Look at that. 33 people in a chat, Lisa. It's going to grow. See, you're
I
growing.
know I'm panicking a little bit, but I'm kind of thinking up here. No, there's only two of us. There's only two of us. There's only two of us.
And Creative Redundancy says, Ladybird, am I sprouting your interest?
Told you it gets bad. This is just like such an eye roll chat right now going on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What time is it there now?
7 minutes past 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's an eye roll right there.
Right.
And Gare says, she'll just squash you in the end. Everybody's so creative tonight. This is excellent. I got that one, Gare. That was pretty funny. See what kind of people in my chat. Brilliant. And Thrift, you all
grab the few minutes while you can. If like me, it takes hours and hours to get those few minutes, then just be grateful for those few minutes. Grab hold of them and go with it, girl.
CR blames it's autocorrect. That's Stone. It's autocorrect.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I know what Americans and, well, let's face it, anybody outside of England are like. I know what they're like.
You know what they get to do is listen to outside your window right up near the bar right around the corner. You hear everything.
Yep.
I can't even imagine being around that and all. Do you hear fights and stuff happen all the time or no?
Just it's not a brawly kind of pub. We're in the country, so it's kind of a little bit quieter and more subdued, but maybe once every couple of months you'll have a dispute between partners, and we've had the odd car getting keyed or slamming of doors and but I love you. But it's very quickly dissipates, so it's nothing that we can just sit at the window and go, oh, this is better than TV.
Welcome in Always Gardening and Prepping, and you are totally right. Just keep on growing, don't give up. And if something dies, well, just replant.
Yeah, it's very hard when you've grown something that's taken years to get to where it is, and then you kill it because of one season and you've buggered up. It's very, very disheartening, but gardening is my first love. I absolutely adore it. It gives me a sense of meaning, and because I get to share it as well,
Mhm.
It really, really motivates me to keep going.
What motivates me, and you know what? When I used to wrestle, right, you loved it during the season. You like before the season started, you couldn't wait to get it going, right? You couldn't wait to train. You couldn't wait to get out there. Then the season goes, and your body's getting beat up, and you're like, "Oh man, this sucks," you know.
Hmm.
Then all of a sudden, the year ends. Oh, you figure, "Oh, I finished it. I'm done." And then the whole year goes around, and you can't wait to get ready to wrestle again. And it's
Yeah.
like a love-hate relationships. And the same thing with plants. You love it, you nurture it, you do all this work, then you get a little tired somewheres in between because you're putting all that work in. So if you want a neat garden, you're like, oh, it's tiring. Then all of a sudden you can't wait to grow again. You can't wait to buy your seeds. The whole cycle. So Mrs. Cosmic Cultivators goes Gare Gryden 19. It's my favorite singer. How are you, my friend? Gare is the best. You got to hear Gare sing. You would love to hear Gare sing. The longest rendition of a song I ever heard in my life was on Wide Family Farm, and that was Gare Gryden. It was like kind of how long that song was, but it was forever. And Alan's here. Alan's here. Alan Pankey, welcome in. It's good to see you.
Beanie just arrived too. Beanie heard your voice and has come in. Okay, granted, she's now decided that I am furniture, so she's using me as a chair right now. But Beanie's come in to say hello.
Hi, Beanie. Hope you're doing well. Give mommy a kiss.
Oh God, she's stuck on me back at the moment.
She's gonna nuzzle on that neck.
I can't even turn around to stroke her because she's dead in the middle of me back.
Let me see what this.
Um,
Well, I ran out of honey biscuits, so I'm gonna save my plants and roll around for hours trying to sleep for only a few minutes. Well, move faster. Oh, I can't even imagine. There are so many people putting summer plants in New Jersey right now, and you're not supposed to plant until Mother's Day. It's not safe yet. I can't believe all these companies trying to sell summer vegetables to summer plants. They're not ready to be outside. And if
yeah.
they are outside, they have so much fertilizer in there to try to keep it alive. Not good, not good. Man, I can't believe how old I'm getting, Lisa. Looking at these words, I'm like, I really do need glasses. Let me see what star
Well,
says.
I do occasionally as well. I think the majority of us, y- more intellectual people, need to put our glasses on every now and again, just to prove that we're intelligent, you know?
So Barry, you're not entertained.
Look, look. Star wants to know about the membership icons.
Oh, so there's a certain person that's in this chat that, well, she's in charge of my channel. She does everything. I don't do anything. So these little icons are done by Lisa, and Lisa's been waiting for one person to say that. Just one person, and you just made her night. One morning or day. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe a week. But Lisa spent a lot of time on doing that for me. So thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Star, for pointing that out.
Thank you.
We
It
got one.
it was a case of I saw Joe with, I think it was just 4 icons, and 2 of them had nothing to do with the channel at all. And I'm like, Joe, you need a revamp. You really need a revamp. Would you let me just throw something at you and see if you like it? And I threw, and he said, well, that one may be a different color. Okay, we'll change different color. Maybe that one a different style. Okay, we'll do that one. Yeah, that will do. Okay, let's go. So I gave all the members a brand new icon that actually relates to Joe's channel.
That's exactly how it happened. Let's go. Good. Perfect. Let's go. Let's logo wrong color. Let's try this color. All right. That's
There
so
you go.
perfectly said. So, and it looks great, doesn't it? So, Simply Jan's here. Simply Jan's the only one that goes on my channel and never wins. Lisa, I think you won more in my channel than Simply Jan has. That's
I'm kind of gutted that each time that I came onto your Sunday Fun Day, I amazingly won something, except last time. The last time I came on, I was so gutted I won nothing, and I came away from the chat very disappointed. I'm so greedy.
well, sometimes you got to be greedy. Also, here's Mr. Cosmic Cultivators. So get the they got the Cosmic Cultivator family in here. That's awesome. They used to they have a night job now, so this might be their lunch hour. So they're usually at work right now. So thank you for coming. I appreciate it. See, I'm probably really behind my chat now. I don't know. And then I know the star is talking to Cosmics. There's Hooga. What's funny is everybody started chatting after me with, because I first had pronounced Higgy Homestead, and everybody started doing that. And all of a sudden, I was told it was Hooga, and then I did the Animal House chant, and you would see people chants going, Hooga, Hooga, Hooga. And now everybody got it after a year or two.
Oh, thank you, Creative. See, I'm trying not to talk quite as much as I ordinarily would, and I'm shutting me gob and doing silent lulls so that Joe can catch up on chat too.
Oh, let me look like, good idea. Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, howdy, Garden. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Wow. Hey, great man prepping. Look, Gil, I'm alive. I'm not sleeping yet. I'm not even Ubering. It's amazing.
Star, I can answer that by saying this. I moan, and I moan. That's what I do.
And I like when Lisa moans.
Now that's a whole other channel, Joe. Whole other channel.
So Star said, what is the blue dot or a ball end of my name? Is that a yarn ball?
You see, I'm so glad he asked. No, Star, I'm a crocheter, stroke entertainer on YouTube. I'm not a designer. Unfortunately, I don't have a brain for that. But on the sidelines, I'm a gardener, and that's how Joe met me, because on my channel I did start with doing garden work as well as the crochet.
And we got a lot of hookers in his channel too.
A lot of hookers.
Got a lot of hookers, Star. What's funny is when I'm listening to the chat and all of a sudden you're talking about hooker shirts and stuff. I'm like, oh, my eyes like, what the heck's going on here? Just like some other people in there be like, what?
Yeah.
He's talking about hookers. You got to see when Melanie was on and she's talking about whips and chains and stuff. And you see people in the chat like, Joe, I was just about to write you like, what kind of people you have on this channel? And then they realize, oh, that's what she's talking about. So let me see. Mr. Smith, hi, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Storms, I've never watched King of the Hill. I know what he looks like, and I know what his son looks like, and no, I don't even know what the wife looks like. That's as far as it goes. I've never watched it.
I haven't watched it either. I'm not home to watch. I haven't watched TV in a long time. I watched the Super Bowl. That's I think the last time I watched TV. I'm too busy working. Living in New Jersey is very expensive. So, and the way I spend money, the way I do things, I need to work. Maybe I should stop doing things, then I won't have to work as hard.
Oh yes, Star. I'm a stroker too. Yes, because I've got the cat. I forgot about Beanie. Oh my gosh, how can I forget about Beanie? Oh my word. Oh my word.
See that, Simply Jan? I never win. No, it's all scam. It's all scam. Oh, look at Star. Hey, look at he's Star's romantic. Simply Jan, you won already. You have Kevin. Isn't that nice?
Good thing with hyacinths, Thriss, is that it's a bulb. So if you protect the bulb, you may be in luck.
Oh, so I see where you were answering that question before. Wow, let me just guys, I'm going to skip a lot. Oh, maybe it wasn't that much. I was almost there. There we go. I'm good.
Night, night, traditions, night, night.
Good night, Alan. Okay, so wow. 28 people still in the chat. What time is it? 12:20. Not bad. We're going to go about another 10 minutes, guys, and Lisa's going to, get out of bed somehow.
Yeah,
and
somehow's the right wording. Yep.
So
welcome in, Joe.
So a lot of time, hey Joe Serrano, welcome in. A lot of times I'll be coming home from Ubering, and I'm like, okay, let me Uber. You don't know this part. I'm like, let me Uber another half an hour more, and Lisa will be up. And then I could, on my way home, I could chat to Lisa for 30 minutes, and it'd
He
be
says
great.
chat to me. He'd end up singing to me and going, "Oh, it's a great day, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've just heard you sing. Is it really a great day? Really?"
You guys really don't want to really hear me sing.
Thriss, because it's a bulb, bulbs are perennials for the majority of the time. So as long as you keep that bulb protected, it will come back.
Jen, welcome in, Jen. That's Good Times Homestead.
Hi, Jen and Steve.
All these people keep on coming on in. It's like a whole different kind of. I never did a late night like this, Lisa.
Yeah.
Actually, my last live, I felt like I could have went for 4 hours. Like
oh my gosh,
half of the question went 2.5 hours, or maybe a little longer than that. And it was like I feel like I didn't accomplish anything.
You would have been commiserated.
And there were still a lot of people in the chat at the end. I was like, wow, we're here 2.5 hours, and there's like 90 people still in the chat. So I've been sharing in other venues, Twitter, Facebook, and other venues. We actually had 142 people on the chat, which was unbelievable. That's very scary. That's very scary.
Night, night.
To me, Lisa.
To prep in. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, they're not here to listen to me. They're just listening to my guests. I get it. Now, if I could leave you guys smiling on one thing I say, it's definitely worth the night. Too many people just too stressed out on life, and need a little lift. Need a little lift, like working out.
That's what bras are for. Yes, Thriss. Yes. Don't worry too much about the flower. It happens, and hyacinths are very, very temperamental anyway, because bless them, they're far too heavy for their own good. But as long as you look after the bulb and you keep it out of the frost, like the plant out of the frost, you should be good. Next year it will come back. If not, 4, 5, 6 of them all in the same place. So yeah, just look after your bulbs.
So let me see. Star, what time is it in India right now? So I'm just
Storms
wondering.
has a question for Mr. Joe.
Oh, wrong one.
Up.
Where did I? Barry, you said, right? I mean, storms. I must go up more. Oh, here it is. All right, brother. I have my video editor open. I have taken a long enough break from it. I better get back to editing this so I can upload it tonight. Good to see you. Take care. Have a good night, Storms. Have a good one. People are so busy with all this video editing with YouTube. I have never edited one video on YouTube before, and it shows. You do an awesome job. I love your videos. I love the work that you put in, Lisa. And
I've
it shows.
struggled the past 2 weeks with my health, so YouTube is suffering a little bit, but I'm a trier. I'm a trier.
So in India right now it's 9:54 in the morning. So he's ready to get his day on. That's awesome. And Star, what is the temperature there in India?
Thriss, I completely agree. You are a hyacinth.
You're awesome, Thriss. Those for all no editing. Yeah, I haven't done, even though I know how to edit, it's one take. Get her done and make sure you don't really screw up too bad. And all of a sudden I listen to some of my videos I make and it's like, oh my God, I really screwed that up. Like, whoops. I easily could have just went back and fixed that. Edit it out, put something in, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Great man says, temperature in India is hot. That's all you got to know. Yeah, I can't even imagine 90 degrees right now. 100 degrees, 100. It's 34 degrees.
34 degrees. So that's quite cool for India, isn't it? I mean, I know 34 degrees is a hot summer here. But was it last year we got up to 41 or 42 Celsius, which was absolutely ridiculous. We haven't encountered anything like that for decades. But I think 34 is kind of fairly cool in a sense for India, I think.
So Gendolf said 4 degrees Celsius is 104. 104 degrees. That's how we would say it. So 104, yeah, that's hot.
Don't you love the people in chat when they quickly go and find things out before you get to even ask, so you don't have to screw your brain up trying to think?
Yeah.
Just go off and help you.
Without a doubt. That's always a good help. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. So when I was coaching, right, we would have study hall before we start practice. So the kids would have school. And instead of just going to the practice field, I go, you know what? Let's do a study hall. Get all your homework done, and then go on to practice. So we missed out 45 minutes, but it's worth it for the kid because, maybe you can spend time with the family and have dinner with the family instead of everything being in a rush. And one of the days, the kid comes to me with a math question, and I had no freaking clue what the answer was. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, what do you think of this? Oh, how about this? How about that? Kid answered the question. I'm like, perfect. You got it. You answered it all yourself. Perfect.
As you wipe your brow and smile and turn away.
I'm like, oh, that kid better not come with another question the rest of the year. That's all I was thinking. I better go to the other side of the room. That always helped out. Let me see.
Thriss, I love the fact that you've just put bugger. I'm seeing the word bugger come out so often lately from Americans, and it does give me a little giggle.
It's my English is not English. So when you see these words come out, you know exactly where they come from. Or in other chats or nicknames. Lisa, you gave so many nicknames to people in chats. It cracks me up because you're like...
I love the fact that it goes beyond my channel, that the people keep the nicknames outside of my channel. And I'm like, I gave them that nickname.
I know exactly where it came from.
Love it.
It cracks me up. At least Well, people in my chat is easy. You got CR, you got Star, you got Cosmics. You know, it's simple. Gray Man. There's no such thing as a nickname. Everybody in your channel has a nickname.
It was just a lot easier for me when I first meet people. I try and put to try and remember their name that they want to be called. I give them a story kind of thing in my head for me to try and remember their name. But a lot of the time, it will just end up as a very, very short story, and then that short story turns into the nickname. And I've only ever had one person go, no, just no. So yeah, so far so good.
That's good stats. I still love this thing. Look at that. Look at that. The eyes that look really cool. Look
Please,
at that.
people, that is not a hamster. It's a Meki. It's a little Meki.
Oh.
Is he polystyrene?
What was that?
Is he polystyrene?
What's a styrene? I have no idea what you're saying.
No, oh my gosh. What do Americans call polystyrene? The white stuff that you usually have in packaging.
Stuffing.
Oh,
I don't know. Let's find out what everybody else thinks in the chat. I don't think I'd like to know. What do you guys think? The white stuff in the oh my god.
It sounds the way you held the Meki, it sounded like it was made of polystyrene, but
oh, I know what you're talking about. Like those little white things that you put in packaging.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, there you go. People are saying styrofoam. So you guys call it styrofoam?
There's another word for it too. I think at least.
Yeah, polystyrene. Grey Man prepping, it is not called that. No. Oh my word.
Filler. Yeah, filler. It's filler. It's just plain filler. That's the way I look at it. No, there's another word from styrofoam. Those little. Oh my god, what do they call them?
They're not packing peanuts.
Popcorn.
I don't want to eat it.
Too. I definitely heard of popcorn. Okay, guys, so it's time for me to go to bed, and I just want to say thank you for Lisa first. Thank you for coming up and saving me. I really appreciate you in a lot more ways than you could imagine. I even had a dream about Lisa. That's how much.
Oh my word! Let's not go there. I hear about these dreams. Oh my word!
See, now I made her, instead of blush, I made her all pissed off at me. You see Star? He's laughing out loud. I love it. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming. And I hope to see everybody soon. Sunday Fun Day. We'll have another great Sunday Fun Day. Another great guest, which is not confirmed yet. But I'm thinking big. So hopefully it all works out. So Lisa, just stay on a second after I end too. I want to tell you something. All right. So everybody, good night. Love you guys. And thank you for all your support.
Take care, Valerie. Thank you all.